COVID rush, pledge rush, whatever you want to call it, is all going to be virtual, unfortunately, for the first part. So February 8th, there's a cluster specific event, which is just the IFC fraternities. So the 6 organizations that just had videos, the 6 Greek letter fraternities situated on Patterson Court. And that's just going to be more time for each fraternity to give presentations on their individual organizations. So if you want to rush IFC fraternity, you should probably be there to learn more about the fraternities specifically and individually. You'll also be able to meet more brothers from each of the fraternities at that event than you will tonight or any other time. So February 9th through 11th are structured rush events, which just means there's no conflict between the events. These are all on Wildcat Sync. You can go check them out. Some people are doing like poker night. Some people are doing like Among Us. All of these events are going to be virtual in those allotted time slots. So that's that. Sorry for virtual rush. It's unideal. It's awful. I feel a little bad for y'all. But we're going to make the best of the situation. Under normal circumstances, the process basically begins with open rush events, which can be hockey games, go-karting, bowling, top golf, any and all of the above, and several other, parties and rush-styled events. And then fraternities transition into closed rush events, which have actual invitation lists. So at that point, fraternities will actually start to whittle down to a list of potential new members that they want in their fraternity. And so after the rush process is complete, the IFC fraternities deliberate and they come to decisions on who they want to give bids to, which is called a bid list. And once the bid list is produced, then you can accept the bid, which means you join the fraternity, or you can decline a bid, which means you don't. So in-person activities will hopefully be opening up in the next week or two. It's contingent entirely upon school policies, and those are being changed by the day. So who knows? As of right now, with the cases we have on campus, there are not going to be in-person activities for the foreseeable future. But that said, fraternities have scheduled in-person rush events 2 weeks out from now that will hopefully be able to take place. And those events are like dodgeball, kickball, and stuff like that, where it's still able to be socially distanced. So that's that. And then this is just the general timeline. So February 8th is the IFC round robin, where all the fraternities will be presenting. 9th through the 11th is the structured rush events, which was the timeline on the last slide. And then the 12th through the 21st is open season free for all. Fraternities can schedule as many or as few events as they want. And they can also transition from open to closed rush events at any point. It's up to them. February 19th is just the initial bid list to make sure that everyone that is potentially getting a bid qualifies. There's a GPA limit for joining both eating houses and fraternities. And then February 22nd is the mandatory IFC orientation. So at that point, if you're interested in joining an IFC fraternity, you have to attend that event. And we'll go over some information about your rights as a new member, information about hazing, alcohol safety, stuff like that. And then 23rd, final bid lists are due. The 23rd is the cutoff for fraternities to submit their bid lists to me and Bailey Laughlin. And once those bid lists are submitted, on the 24th is bid signing. And at that point, you'll actually be joining those organizations or declining your bids and not joining those organizations. So.
Great, thanks, Sam.
Yeah, and the next slide just has all of the rush chairs information. So if you're interested, grab a photo of that, reach out by email, and you can also just reach out to me about any of the fraternities. So.
All right, now we're turning over to Grace Hall, who is the Eating House Ambassador.
Yeah, so let's just start with the videos and then I'll talk after.
You're my fault, my weakness. When did you turn so cold? You cut me down to the bone. Now you're dancing all over my soul. I'm falling to pieces, to pieces, to pieces. But I still stay, 'cause you're the only thing Take me home. Take me
Right, next up is Warner Hall.
And you know where I live. Yeah, you know what we is. Sometimes you gotta stay in. Welcome to my house. Baby, take control now. We can't even slow down. We don't have to go wild. Welcome to my house. Play that music. Show me what you do now. We don't have to go wild. Welcome to my house. Welcome to my house.
Hi, my name is Neely. I'm the president of Warner Hall, and my favorite things about Warner are the porch, sophomore year lunches, and Warner service.
All right, and then Russ Kraus.
Everybody in the booth can tell myself apart from you. Now that we're dancing, people dancing, people dancing, people dancing, people dancing, people dancing, people
And then lastly, Turner House.
Turner's community engagement mission is to work towards ending police violence in the Davidson and Charlotte area. There are tons of different ways to get involved, and it's a great opportunity to get more connected to the Charlotte community.
Why? 'Cause it's about to go down. Swing your body round and round, and then the night is going down. One more shot.
I love Turner because it really gives me a community to be in. I feel welcomed all the time, and some of my closest friends are in Turner.
I'm yelling timber, you better move, you better dance. Let's make a night you won't remember. I'll be the one.
Turner thrown down like nothing else.
I'm yelling timber, you better move, you better dance. Let's make a night you won't remember. I'll be the one you won't forget.
Turner Eating House with a community that it fosters and continues to grow and build collectively.
Okay, so I'm Grace. I'm the Eating House ambassador, and I'm going to talk just briefly because I know we're a little over on time. But so if you are interested in joining an eating house, you have to fill out the Eating House Movement Registration and Bill of Rights form. It's a form in Wildcat Sync, and you need to do it before Monday at 8 p.m., preferably Sunday. Preferably Sunday, let's just say Sunday actually. So we can split you up in groups for our Monday night. We're going to have a Zoom kind of round robin situation, but that's where we are going to really kind of go in depth into what is the placement process, how does the survey work, how is the survey going to look, that kind of stuff. But basically, you rank the houses 1 through 4 in a survey. You can cluster with up to 3 other people, and you're going to be placed into a house based on the algorithm. You may get your 3rd or 4th choice, but if you get your 4th choice, you will be notified about 12 hours, 24 hours ish before the like placement chairs get your name on the list, because you will then be able to decide. We give you the opportunity to decide if you want to go through with placement if you do get your 4th choice or not. Also, friendly reminder, it's really cool that we have eating houses because they are much more kind of like open and friendly, and they're not cliquey, they're not they don't, there's no issues with houses, no house dislikes another house. You can have friends in every house, and so be like kind and open about, your best friend may want to join a different house, and that's totally okay, because y'all can go to each other's formals or semi-formals and events and stuff. You can like take friends. So yeah. So these are the upcoming events. The Monday night event is mandatory if you want to join an eating house. Now, I understand some people have class or like AT sessions. If you do, please reach out and let us know, because that is okay. But if you don't have an academic conflict like that, be there. And then the following week, rest of that week, each house will have an event one night. These are not mandatory. You can go to the events you want to go to. And then the week after that, be on the lookout for more information, because there will be more events from the houses that following week. The survey is going to close on Thursday, February 18th at 5 p.m. And then Saturday, February 20th will be placement day. So please reach out if you have any questions. Also, the best place to get all of this information is the Instagram account, Davidson College Eating Houses. That's kind of where we post everything first.
Thanks, Grace. So now you guys all have the opportunities to go and talk to specific PCCOs on Wildcat Sync, and I'm dropping the link in the chat for that. We will have all of the 16, shoot, I just lost the link. Hold on one second. We will have all 16 of the organizations. Each will have their own Zoom, and you can go and ask questions and get to know the organization a little bit more. So that is happening right now. If some of your friends weren't able to come tonight, have them email me. I recorded this video and I can email it to them. Also, it should be on the Davidson PCC Instagram's link tree within the next week. So if you need to stay here and ask a few questions, feel free to hang back. But now is your time to go and get your first introductions to each of the houses, fraternities, and sororities. Thanks for coming tonight, and good luck with the next few weeks to come.